Robert. How are you?
Good morning, Jill. I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. So we're gonna talk about flourishing, I think, but
Of
also
course.
about like what's going on in your life. You've got a big conference that you plan every year. And God, your work is so beautiful, Robert. I watch it on Instagram sometimes and I'm just like, how does he do that?
Thank you. First of all, I feel the same when I look at other accounts.
Yeah.
It's kind of the plate of your neighbor looks always more beautiful, no? It's kind of this. I think we artists, we have kind of a good side of good work. We recognize good
Yeah.
work faster than other people, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe this, and of course, yeah, it's more than 10 years. I'm doing lettering and flourishing, and you talked about the event. Yeah, it's called the Lettering Days. It's not only lettering, it's illustration, sketch notes, iPad lettering. And this year is the eighth time.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's growing in quantity and quality. So
And how many
we are
people come to it?
around 100.
And how many instructors do you have? How many faculty? Or is it more of a
We have
collaboration?
we have always 16 courses. So
And
8 on Saturday and 8 on Sunday.
and how long are the courses?
3 hours. 4 courses in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, and the same the next day. So it's a
Yeah.
very strict concept, but
Yes,
it
because you're
works.
German.
No, it works fine because the people understand it and they felt more comfortable after coming the second year. So
Yeah.
they knew, oh yeah, I can do this. And today an afternoon, I don't book a workshop because I want to go to our Bistro Creative where you can join like keynotes or
Yeah.
other mini workshops and stuff.
So
So
do you teach at that as well, or you just organize it?
no, I teach as well. So yeah, we as a team,
Yeah.
everybody is teaching a course as well. So we are 4 team members and we have 11 other courses. Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you start this? What were you doing 10 years ago that you picked up a pen and decided you were going to
Yeah,
master
interesting,
flourishing?
interesting and adventurous. It was, do you remember the upcoming time of lettering? I think it was I noticed it in 2012, 13, 14. In this time, I thought, wow, lettering, it's something you can learn actually.
Yeah.
So, and after a couple of years, I started to do workshops with brush lettering, and we did some Instagram live. It called the coffee talk. It was a team member who was still in our team of lettering days, and me. We did a daily coffee talk on Instagram, and there was kind of a hype going on. And yeah, it came to my mind. Yeah, we need to do something because in the United States there were already some creative thous or other events, and I thought, yeah, we have to do something. And I wasn't sure about it because you never know how people
You
react.
never know.
So what
You
I
just
did
put
is
everything out there and you put your heart on the line and you say, "Here I am. Come to my event. Come to my
yeah,
room." Yeah.
exactly. So to start, we started small with low risk. So I said to myself, yeah, just do something like 4 hours afternoon, some workshops. But
Yeah.
I need some other creatives. So I asked 8 people
Yeah.
on Instagram. I just knew my colleague from the coffee talk, but the other people I didn't know. So I asked all of them, and everybody said, "Okay, I'm in. I'm
Right?
coming. I'm doing a workshop of I don't know. It was like 20 minutes workshop, like very fast.
Right? Like you'd think that they wouldn't be risk takers, but they're really willing to say yes to things.
Yeah, and the ticket was about
Yeah.
€25, about $30. So, and people loved the event. There were 80 people. something, no? Like about 80, and I rented a small location, and there was so much euphoria. People loved it, and that was the starting point. So we came together after the event. Yeah, we need to do something bigger here.
Yeah.
And then every year we increased the event in location size or attendance or workshops. Yeah, and here we are.
I want to come in 20. I won't be able to come this year because I have a kid that's getting married in November.
Wow, wow.
We're going to finish our festival and then, there'll be wedding stuff. So I can't come this year, but I'm going to come in 2027. It's in my book to be
Oh,
there in
really?
2027 to check it
Oh,
out.
okay, yeah.
But and they buy tickets through your website or through
No,
how do they buy tickets?
we have an own website. It's Lettering Days.
Perfect. I'm going to put that in the chat.
Tickets are available on the 20th of May. So the ticket shop is not yet open, but the lineup, all the workshops are already, you can see them on the website.
Is there anybody that's teaching this year that you're super excited about? Or just
I'm,
everybody? Like it's a pretty
I'm,
good lineup.
yeah, I'm always excited about the new teachers
Yeah.
because you don't know them and how they're gonna fit, how people respond to their workshop, and we have always an international guest, but this time, I mean, okay, our sign painting teacher is from Switzerland. Is
Oh.
not quite international. It's still German speaking, but no, we had last year we had from Lettering Daily,
Max?
yeah, Max, and then we had Jimbo from Spain, Jimbo Banaus. We had Stefan Kunz, and who else? Yeah, in any case, it's not a problem to have an English speaking workshop, and the attendees are speaking
I'm just
English.
gonna come and spy on you. I luckily my husband speaks German, but I
Why your husband speaks German?
why does he speak German? Well, because he's a very strange man. So when he was young, he ended up in the Mosel making wine one year. And he arrived
Okay.
with just a tiny bit of German from high school. He took German in high school for some reason, which is not typical here. And typically in Canada, if you're going to take a second language in school, it would be French because we're
Yeah,
supposedly a bilingual country. We are
yeah.
not compared to Europe. It's really not, but some places more than others. So he took German in high school and then he ended up in Germany and he's just good at that kind of thing. So he speaks very fluent German, which I did not know until we got married and we were staying in Portugal, but the proprietress of the little hotel we were at was German speaking. And she came to the gate and she said something to him in German and I'm like, we're never going to be able to figure this out. And he just answered her in fluent German. And I'm like, what? He speaks very good German.
So you have your own assistant
I have
with
my own
your
assistant. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
great.
And so yeah, we've only been to Germany once since we've been married. But he he also went with my son at one point, and my son they had to ask directions. My son also didn't know he spoke German. And Dave just rolled down the window and started speaking to this guy in German. My son's like 13, going, "Who is this man that's in my car?" So we'll do okay. We'll come and we'll do okay. So what else is exciting and new? So you're flourishing, obviously. What is your work overall, like other than the festival, what does your work life look like as a calligrapher? Are you doing commissions mostly or do you do tell me about your work?
Yeah, it's a wide range of different work I do because I'm a graphic designer still.
Yeah.
Recently I did book covers where I had to create the lettering and illustrations around it. So in one book cover in particular, they asked me about doing flourishing. So that was great
Yeah.
to use my skill for a final product.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I still do workshops or classic graphic design work as well, logo design, or classic layouts of printed material. So it depends. There's no clear path. Now I'm just doing this or that. So it's kind of
A little bit of
changing.
everything. I want to run a workshop for the festival for 2027 where we did I'm throwing this at you because here we are in the same room ish. I want to run a workshop where we get like 10 people together and do a logo design for the workshop or for the festival as part of a class. How would that be possible, do you think?
Well, I think you
Anything's
can
possible. I just like to like
either
grasp at straws.
having the final logo. Maybe it's difficult because you need to have a digital final solution, but you can have you can work on a strong idea on sketched paper.
Yeah.
I mean, that for sure. Yeah. I did once a workshop about a monogram workshop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the idea because it has a connection to your real goal. Maybe you want to do a logo for yourself or
Yeah.
for a client, or you just want to learn how to move on paper to find logo ideas.
Yeah, because logos are one of those ways that calligraphers can really monetize their work, right? Like sometimes it feels when I talk to younger calligraphers, they're sometimes a little bit worried about how they're going to make enough money if they go all in on calligraphy in order to support themselves and their families. And logos are one of those ways that feels easier to monetize than just
It's a
other.
product, no?
Yeah.
It's a final product. A logo is a product, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that more at some point. What else do I want to know? So tell me this. So do you practice every day or like do you try and get better every day? Do you do warm-ups and stuff every day so you get a little bit better or are you so good now? Because when I look at your work, I'm like, you're so good, you probably don't need to practice. But
I mean, I don't practice every day. I did practice every day in my early years, but right now not anymore. And I think you can relate to this. If you don't do stuff for 2 or 3 weeks and then you get back to your pen, you feel rusty. I mean, you need some time to get into it, like doing warming up exercises or anything, and then after a while, yeah, it's getting better. The more you take a break, the more time you need to get back to it. But at least you feel it when you get back
yeah,
because you have this amount of experience in you. It's like, yeah, muscle memory. It's like knowing a language you don't practice, you don't exercise, no? So I speak Italian, but I don't practice it a lot
mm,
because we don't go to Italy a lot. So, but when I'm in Italy,
it
I
comes
just
back.
need a couple hours and then I start to reignite it again. So yeah, but you don't lose it, but without practice, yeah, it takes more time and practice is important for anything. I'm asking myself the same question when I see some people on Instagram if they still practice or maybe they have so many projects that they don't have time to practice.
So do you think social media helps or hurts?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Sure, because it can be frustrating if you see so perfect good work on Instagram and then you start with any craft and you practice like hell for a half year and you don't go anywhere because it's just not a lot of time, no,
Yeah.
doing something for a half a year, and then you still see the work on Instagram, and some people say, "Oh, I did this yesterday," and then how is it possible to do this in one day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the other hand, you have so many opportunities, and you see so many good ideas and inspiration on
So
Instagram. It's
inspiring.
incredible, yeah,
Yeah.
and knowledge. Just the other today or yesterday, somebody wrote me, "Thank you for your knowledge you share on Instagram."
Yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome. So, and tell me what you're teaching this year at the summit. You're gonna come for Calligraphy Meditation Day.
Yeah, my idea for the summit in June, right?
Yeah.
In June is to show people little tips you can understand very fast visually
Yeah.
what these tips are all about, and like a bunch of 10 or 12 tips, like a good takeaway, no? Like
Yeah.
because there's not much time to
There's not.
teach very deep stuff. So I thought doing something quick people can comprehend. Uh, and showing these tips visually, it helps a lot. And I did this already once last year during the lettering days, and people loved it. So I think
It's often the little things that make a big difference.
yeah, it's all these little things. If you collect more and more little things, that's the best.
So, what is one little thing that you would tell a new calligrapher that they should learn or try and incorporate in order to make an improvement in their work?
A funny thing, I'm thinking always visually, you know. I can tell you two
Awesome.
like, the one tip is about the connection, no? When you connect a flourish
Yeah.
to a letter, people always struggle at the beginning. But when you think of driving your car on a freeway and then you want to exit the freeway,
Yeah.
you need a smooth curve to do the exit.
Right.
If not, you are too fast. You can't get into the curve. And that's
Yeah.
the same with flourishing. If you don't enter the letter or exit the letter in a natural smooth curve, the flourish doesn't look well. So that's my metaphor
Yeah.
to think about. Uh, like pay attention to the natural curve of the letter and the flourish, and don't don't set any unnatural angles or curves. That's one. The other thing, it's kind of funny, a lasso in lasso. You say lasso,
Yeah. Like a lasso,
like
like the
bonanza,
cowboys use.
like the cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the classic exercise people do when they start flourishing, they use the flourish like a lasso. They try to
Swing it
catch
around.
they try to catch the word and put the lasso around the whole word. So that doesn't work. A flourish is actually a short path. It's
Right.
not long. If you keep in mind that's not a long stroke, that already helps. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, those are two great tips. Anything else we should cover before I say goodbye for today, and then we'll see you again in June?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next summit, and
Me too. Yeah.
hopefully it will be as great as the last one.
I hope
And
so. I thought the last one went really well, and we're doing it differently this year or this time because I
yeah,
always
what is
like to try
different?
something new.
What is different? Because
We're doing it 24 hours in a row.
and before it was
It was
three
three
days.
days, so it was like
Ah,
7 hours
okay.
a day for 3 days. So this time we're just gonna go because one of the comments I got is that if you're in Europe, it's in the middle of the night. So I'm like, well, I'm in Canada, so that's just part of what happens. Time zones are time
Hmm.
zones. But for the next one, I thought because it's a day, calligraphy is meditation day, I thought, well, let's just try it as one continuous thing. So that's what we're going to do. Dave, my husband, sleeps very differently than I do, so I might not be up for all 24 hours because, I like to sleep. But I generally tend to get up early in the morning, and he gets up a little bit later in the day. So hopefully, between the two of us, we can manage to be coherent, and
Your husband can deal with the German participants
he
at
can
night
deal with the
when you
German.
while you are sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure I don't know if you booked your time yet. My next call is to get into the back end and look at all that stuff. But he will definitely be the person that does that kind of that time zone that I'll probably be sleeping in and you'll be wide awake. So, and it makes it a little bit easier for our teachers who are in Europe to participate without, because I think last time it was like kind of late at night for you to be able to participate. So this time you can do it anytime you want.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Plus, yeah, try something new.
Okay.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robert. And I will put the link in for your lettering days, which sounds fun, and an excuse to go to Germany, which is never a bad thing. And then I'll put your Instagram link and everything else in so that if somebody for some reason is not following you on Instagram,
Hmm.
they can, because it's often something very beautiful to watch.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
Always. You have a standing invitation. Anytime you want to, anything you want. Have a wonderful
Okay.
day.